Hello!
Bunch of tough guys. You look like a bunch of fifth grade sissies after a cat fight. You got anger, that's good. You're gonna need it, son.
Mister, I have not begun to project my anger onto you.
I'll smack you in the mouth. I'm Neil Diamond. You're crazy.
What's wrong with you? How does that sound for a change?
Dude, he's right. How many times do you have to watch this crash and burn before you say enough?
What's the point in arguing?
That's right. We can't have anyone freak out there, okay? Gotta keep our composure.
God, I feel great. I'm almost happy. Let me revel in it.
Bazinga.
Booyah!
You guys always undermine me when I'm trying to make a point, and I'm sick of it. God! I'm surrounded by idiots!
Stop making such a big deal out of it, but you just don't listen.
You should never be allowed to talk to people.
What did you say?
Shove it up your butt.
And here he is, having the time of his life.
Good evening, everybody, and thank you for tuning in. This is the Sound Off Podcast. I'm doing this podcast tonight on behalf of the Evening Sports page, Monday to Thursday nights from 8 to 10 p.m. on 101.7 WGOG in Walhalla, South Carolina. Right now, I'm doing this from the Microtel Inn in Auburn, Alabama, right here on South College Street, just down the road from Jordan-Hare Stadium. I look forward to going there in the morning and checking that out. But I'm just here to preview the Senior Bowl, tell you how my trip's gone. I left about shortly after 7 from Seneca, South Carolina. Got through Atlanta all right. I mean, there was a lot of traffic, but it was steady flowing. Got through pretty easily, so that was all right. I can deal with that. And really, it was just smooth sailing down 85 all the way to Auburn. Stopped here, got checked in. I went to McDonald's just down the road. Just got done eating that a few minutes ago. Now I'm watching some college basketball highlights on television. It's pretty chill. I know it's late there in Eastern Standard Time. It's about 11:16 p.m. I am now in Central Standard Time, therefore it is 10:16 here. So still, for me at least, fairly early. I'm used to going to bed around 1 o'clock in the morning. I need to fix that, but that's besides the point. Look, I just want to thank everybody who helped get me to this point and really who helped make this weekend possible. Forward Church, and they're starting in Summerville, South Carolina. Go follow them on Facebook, Twitter, at Forward Church SC. Couldn't have done this without y'all. I appreciate the help. The Unit, which is a college and career kind of a social group or, help group at the Conway Church of God in Conway, South Carolina. One of our headline sponsors. We appreciate the Unit helping out the Evening Sports page and myself getting here. The Unit is about promoting an intimate community for 20-somethings to gather, disciple, and develop a deeper and more passionate relationship in Christ. Look, check them out. They have Instagram at the Unit. You can go to the website for our website, www.elsp.tk/ESPmobile, and there's pictures on there of the sponsors. You can click on each one. It's linked to either one of their social media platforms or a website. So be sure to go check them out and, thank our sponsors. A couple others. We have Lulabelle's Monograms who helped out. They were a level 2 sponsor. This is run by just 2 people out of their home. They do great work. They do vinyl for cups. They do heat press shirts, vinyl decals. They do a good bit of work. They do a great job at it. Check them out again on the website. And, of course, another headline sponsor, Photographers World Photography, run by Chuck Sylvie. He is my dad, but he did help sponsor this trip. You can find him online at really just search, and it's Photographers is spelled Photografir. So Photographers World Photography, or just Charles Sylvie Photography. You can find him online just by searching that. He's on Facebook. He does a great job taking pictures down in the Horry County area. Has been doing Conway High School sports there for over 10 years now. He does models, he does nature shots, he does it all. He's well renowned in the area. He's actually even been ranked in the top 5 a few times, I believe, and with some area awards about best photographer. He does he does it all. Just contact him if you're interested in, getting some pictures taken, or you want him to come take pictures of your child playing sports, anything like that. You can contact him at 843-503-1854 or photographer@msn.com. That's Photografir @msn.com. And obviously, all the people who helped donate, whether it was, in cash, checks, or on the GoFundMe page that was created for this, I greatly appreciate all the help. I wouldn't be here without all of y'all. And I'm truly grateful to the bottom of my heart for all the help getting here. This is a great opportunity for me and for the evening sports page. We get to go cover the Senior Bowl, which is held every year in Mobile, Alabama. If you haven't heard of it, it's where some of the best and most talented college football seniors who will be graduating or already have graduated are invited to Mobile, Alabama for a week to practice with each other, and they're coached by NFL staffs. The North team this year is coached by the Denver Broncos coaching staff, and the South team is coached by the Houston Texans coaching staff. Practices have been going on all week. They wrapped up practice today, I believe. So tomorrow is just, they'll be going out on early in the morning from like 9 to 12. They'll be doing some community service type work, going out into the community, reaching out. And then from 3 to 6 or 3:30 to 6, there's a Meet the Players thing at the Mobile Convention area. And you can go there, meet all the players. Oh, excuse me. And it's a great opportunity for the community to come out, meet some of these future NFL players, NFL stars. And the rosters this year are just absolutely loaded. A ton of talent. You have guys like Marcus Allen, safety from Penn State, Luke Falk, the quarterback from Washington State, Baker Mayfield, the Heisman Trophy winner from Oklahoma. For South Carolina, Jamarcus King, he's in this game. You have Braxton Berrios from Miami, Tanner Lee from Nebraska. You have Jaleel Scott, a wide receiver from New Mexico State, who people need to start paying attention to. This kid's going to be a really, really good player in the NFL. You know, Josh Allen, quarterback from Wyoming, probably has one of the strongest arms I've ever seen on a guy. He can sling the ball. He's raw. I think he needs to go to a team that will give him a chance to develop under a veteran quarterback for a couple years, and work on his mechanics. His accuracy is on and off. His numbers don't portray how. He's not a 50% passer. He's a lot better than that. You have to look into his story. He's dealt with a lot of problems this year as far as his receiving core, but he's going to be a phenomenal talent. I think he has the most upside of all the quarterbacks going into the draft this year. Obviously, you have guys like Jalen Samuels from NC State, Armani Watts, Texas A&M. This is unbelievable. Ogbanya Okoronkwo from Oklahoma. Trayvon Henderson from Hawaii. The list goes on. This is just the North team. Let's see, any other names? Troy Fumagalli from Wisconsin. And one of my personal favorite players since early this past season is Michael Gallup, wide receiver out of Colorado State, originally from the Georgia area. He's a phenomenal talent. This is a guy I've been high on since early this season. Pro Football Focus is about the only, professional media outlet that I've seen talking about this guy before the Senior Bowl. He was one of the leading receivers this year in yards, and he's just a phenomenal talent. Pro Football Focus put out he had 20 missed tackles forced after the catch, which was fourth most among FBS wide receivers this past season. 657 yards after contact, fourth most of all wide receivers. He had a 92.2 receiving grade, which was number 1 overall. 92.1 overall grade, number 1 overall. And this kid is a phenomenal talent. He's aggressive. He attacks the ball in the air. He catches with his hands. He's physical. He's a really good route runner. He's polished. He doesn't have crazy speed, but this is what you look for in a receiver. He doesn't have the 6'4", 6'3" height. He's about 6 foot, 6'1", I believe. But this kid is a phenomenal talent. I look forward to seeing his career in the NFL develop. You've got Alan Lazard, a wide receiver out of Iowa State, Mike Gesicki, Penn State, Jalen Holmes out of Ohio State, B.J. Hill from NC State. That's just some players from the North team. Some players from the South you may know. Quinn Blanding out of Virginia, Traquan Smith, wide receiver from Central Florida, Kurt Benkert, quarterback from Virginia, Deshaun Hand of Alabama, J.K. Scott. I'm sure a bunch of people in this area know who J.K. Scott is. Phenomenal punter. He's going to have a great career in the NFL. Brandon Silvers, quarterback from Troy, another Alabama guy. You have Jamon Moore, wide receiver out of Missouri. Shaquem Griffin, who's become a really big name. Look, this kid is more than just a great story. And really, he's not just a great story. He has a great story. This kid is a phenomenal talent, and he doesn't let the fact that he doesn't have a left hand, it doesn't handicap him at all. He doesn't view it as a handicap. He doesn't view it as a limitation. It's just who he is, and this kid is virtually unblockable. Auburn couldn't contain him. This guy is phenomenal talent. Like I said, he's not a great story. He has a great story, and he's just a phenomenal player who has impressed scouts this week, and I think will continue to impress. And I think he's going to get drafted fairly high. I'd be surprised, honestly. I think he's a top first or second round player. I'd be surprised if he went past the third round. I don't foresee him going past the third round. I think he's a day 2 guy at the very least. You've got Rashad Penny, one of the leading rushers this past season out of San Diego State. He had over 2,000 yards. Phenomenal running back. He's also a great return man. You've got Ito Smith out of Southern Miss, MJ Stewart from North Carolina, James Washington, a wide receiver out of Oklahoma State who won the wide receiver award. Trey Williams, inside linebacker from Auburn. Darrell Williams out of LSU. Marquise Haynes from Ole Miss. Levi Wallace from Alabama. Daniel Carlson, the place kicker from Auburn. You've got Taylor Hearn, offensive guard out of Clemson. Micah Kaiser from Virginia. Dorian O'Daniel from Clemson was in this game. He apparently it's being reported that he hurt his ribs in practice, so he will not be participating in the game, which is really unfortunate. Hopefully he can get that healed up soon and be able to come back for the combine and put on a good showing for scouts. And I think he's going to be a great player in the NFL. He's a really solid and mentally. He's a mental linebacker. Like he understands defense. He's going to be a good player. You've got Bradley Bozeman, the offensive lineman out of Alabama. Isaiah Wynn, who is offensive lineman out of Georgia. He's been really. The scouts have been really high on him this week as well in practice. A guy that has just been added recently. Another guy that I'm really high on at the wide receiver position is Byron Pringle out of Kansas State. He's going to be a phenomenal talent. Jordan Akins out of Central Florida, the tight end. Marcus Davenport, a defensive end out of the University of Texas in San Antonio. There's players all over this roster that are just phenomenal talents that are going to be great NFL players. And it's going to be a great weekend, obviously, down there in Mobile, covering all of that. Just a couple updates from, practice week. Shaquem Griffin said he'll play anywhere in the NFL in one of his press conferences. He said, if they need me to play kicker, let me warm my leg up because I'll do that too. This is an amazing kid. He's phenomenal, just a great human being and a phenomenal football player as well. Fastest players on day one, according to Zebra Technologies, which is a new technology they're using this year. For the North team, Michael Gallup, he ran 20.69 miles per hour on day one. And for the South team, James Washington, wide receiver out of Oklahoma State, ran 21.25 miles per hour. That's very fast. And obviously, those are two of the better guys coming into the week, at least in my mind, at the wide receiver position. Let's see, the fastest running back through 2 days. You have Kalen Ballage out of Arizona State, who ran 19.42 miles an hour. Akram Wadley out of Iowa, 19.3 miles an hour. Ito Smith out of Southern Miss ran 19.17 miles per hour. Jalen Samuels, NC State, 19.5. Rashad Penny out of San Diego State, 18.61. And Darrell Williams out of LSU ran 17.7. Compared to the fastest ball carrier in NFL games per Next Generation Stats, Kalen Ballage was the leader, obviously, at 19.42 miles an hour. Leonard Fournette ran this season 22.05. So none of these guys have reached that top-level speed yet, at least not like a Leonard Fournette, but these are very talented running backs. Look, one thing the Senior Bowl has done really well, they do a great job of identifying these senior players that you may not have heard of. There's guys from smaller schools, even like South Carolina State and Citadel. You've got Division II players. If you are talented, even if you're overlooked by everybody in the country, the Senior Bowl manages to find some top talented players that you have never heard of out of some of these smaller schools, even out of some of the big schools, guys that get overlooked. The Senior Bowl does a great job analyzing and breaking down talent and bringing it in. Obviously, there's been some changes. Sky Moore out of South Carolina was scheduled to play in this game. Not sure what happened there, but he is no longer participating. Mason Rudolph, quarterback out of Oklahoma State, was originally a part of this game as well. Some kind of, injury has hindered him from participating this week. I think he was here or is there for interviews, but he's not participating in practices or the game, obviously. But this is a great opportunity. Go down here and cover some of these future NFL players that are being coached by NFL staffs. This is a great opportunity for them to display their talents with some other very talented players around them, show off some of their skill sets. It's the last chance to do it in a game-type format, whereas from here on out, it's just going to be the combine and impressing in interviews with different teams, and then, of course, the draft in late April. So I'm really looking forward to this weekend. It's going to be a great time. Hopefully get some great interviews with some players, and I'm trying to bring some great content back and keep y'all updated as much as possible. Then obviously Sunday, whenever I'm heading back that morning, I will pit stop in Atlanta for the Clemson men's basketball game at Georgia Tech. I'll be covering that game. It's 6 p.m. tip-off, and this is a big game for Clemson. This is their first back-to-back road games in ACC play. They're coming off that really tough loss to Virginia. They haven't lost back-to-back games in ACC yet, or this entire season. So this is a great chance for them to bounce back. Obviously, the loss of Dante Grantham hurts. Virginia is not the first team you want to play after losing a player that means so much to this team like Dante. But I think Amir Sims is a phenomenal talent. He's going to be a great player. This is a chance for him to display what he can do. But I saw a tweet. Shelton Mitchell put out a tweet a couple days ago, or yesterday at some point, saying something along the lines of, sure enough, I would be the one getting sick with a fever. The tweet has since been deleted, but it's interesting because obviously, I mean, I saw it, so that's something we, may want to keep an eye on. If he's not healthy, if he can't play this game at full strength or even play this game at all, then that's really going to hurt Clemson even more. I think they could deal with the loss of Dante Grantham in this game and still win, but without him, and if Shelton Mitchell can't play 100%, then that's going to hurt as well. His stats don't show how crucial he is to this team. He's a facilitator. He gets everybody involved. He sees the court better than anybody on this team. So if he can't play, then that means a guy like Clyde Trapp will probably have to come into play a lot more. I mean, you have Gabe DeVoe and Marquise Reed, but Shelton Mitchell is the facilitator and he is the point guard for this team, and they're going to need him to play in this game. But still a couple days. It's a late game on Sunday, so hope for the best in that. But like I said, this is a great weekend. I thank all of y'all for supporting, sharing the post, listening to the show we do, the evening sports page, Monday to Thursdays, and just supporting me as an individual. This was a huge opportunity for me. I honestly was not expecting to be approved for this game, but obviously, God saw fit to give me the approval, and y'all saw fit to provide the means to get here, so I appreciate it. Again, Forward Church, the Unit College and Career Group, Lula Bell's Monograms, Photographers World Photography, and all the people that donated, whether it be through cash, checks, or the GoFundMe page. I really appreciate y'all's help. I couldn't do this without y'all, and I'm going to continue to try and bring some great content throughout the weekend, get some interviews, score updates, any kind of updates I can, pictures. I'm already having fun, and I haven't done anything. I've just got to Auburn and checked into the hotel and ate McDonald's. But I'm just really excited. Sports is something I love to do. It's something I love to cover. If there's anything I could talk about, look, anybody that knows me knows I'm not a loudmouth. I'm not a big talking kind of guy. But if there's one thing I can talk about, it's sports. And if you know me, you know that's the truth. And obviously, I enjoy media as well. Graduated in May with a media degree. These are two things that I love to do and love to take part in, and this is an amazing opportunity for me. And like I said, I couldn't do this without y'all. So I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, and I look forward to bringing some great content throughout the rest of the weekend. And thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Again, you can follow me on Twitter at SilvyESP. That's SilveyESP, or just search Austin Silvy. You should be able to find me. You can follow me on Facebook at Austin Silvy, Instagram at Silvy116. Also, follow the Evening Sports page. On Twitter, it's at Evening Sports PA. On Facebook, it's at The Evening Sports page. And we do have a new Instagram that we just created a couple days ago. And the handle for that is Evening Sports page. Go follow us on there. Go to the website. For real, this is a website we've been working on a lot the past few months since I've started there. Just putting all the content and media we have, putting it on there. We try to update it frequently. There's links to all the sponsors for this trip. There's blogs that I've been dabbling in some blogging again, or some article writing, just trying to expand Evening Sports page and this podcast reach through the media world. So go check that out. It's www.elsp.tk. It's a free domain. You have to pay for the .coms and the .orgs and .nets. I have a way of getting free domains, so that's what I went with. Again, www.elsp.tk. Be sure to go check out the website. There's links to our social media on there. There's a great amount of content. We're putting up more and more every day and every week. So just stay tuned to our social media. Stay tuned to the website. I'm gonna be trying to bring some great content this weekend, and I look forward to doing it and updating y'all tomorrow. Plans for tomorrow. Obviously, right now I'm in Auburn. I'd like to wake up, eat breakfast, that kind of thing. Then I'm gonna go by Jordan-Hare Stadium, which is where Auburn plays. Go check that out, and I'll probably make a stop in Montgomery and look around a little bit. I don't make it down this way. I don't think I've actually ever been to Alabama, so I don't make it down this way ever. So I kind of want to explore a little bit while I can. So I'll probably make a stop in Montgomery, and then I'm hightailing it down to Mobile. I'm going to try to get to the convention center. Well, stop by the hotel, pick up credentials, and go to my hotel, check in, go to the convention center, meet some of these players, hopefully try to get some interviews or pictures, anything. And, well, tomorrow night, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I'll probably, I might do some articles or, bring some updates. I'm thinking about maybe going to Mississippi, which it's not far from Mobile, a place called Piscataqua, Mississippi. Maybe go eat some good seafood there. But other than that, tomorrow's just pretty much the convention center and, getting face-to-face with some of these future NFL stars. And Saturday's the game, 1:30 Central Standard Time, so it'll be 2:30 Eastern Standard Time. So it's on the NFL Network, so if you have that, be sure to watch, check it out. It's going to be a really, I don't know how great of a game it's going to be, but there's a lot of talent on these teams that are going to be stars in the NFL, so check it out, watch it, give your input on which players you think are going to be great. So, hit us up on social media or however you want to. But look, I'm thankful again for everybody who contributed to this, and I look forward to bringing great content the rest of the weekend. So thank you for listening to this. This is the Sound Off Podcast, courtesy of the Evening Sports page this weekend. Thank you for listening.
Booyah!